you won in the 2022 elections, national elections, but you accepted this post as the new chief of the Justice Department. What was your initial reaction when President Bongbong Marcos asked you to become the next Secretary?
I was overwhelmed because I didn't expect to be asked to fulfill this duty. So I was overwhelmed. I was not prepared mentally to be asked that question. But just a matter of studying for it every day.
Yes.
It's really having a work ethic that propels you through all the pressure that comes with accepting a job like this. And by now, after more than 3 months after I was offered the position, I think I'm getting into the groove of. I've been working through. Getting into the mold of a full-time Justice Secretary.
Your first flag ceremony, that you wanted to clean up specifically the Land Registration Authority, the Bureau of Corrections, and the Bureau of Immigration.
Yes.
Why? What made you say these things? Like, is there any information that was fed to you prior? And is this the biggest challenge that you'll have to overcome?
As a provincial governor, we ran a jail already before. We were running until now they're running a Cavite provincial jail. I had an idea of how things worked in the system, but more so with the news that came out of Bucor for the last 12 years. I think that we saw the highlight of corruption happening here when the drug trade continued inside Bilibid, and that is not something we want to happen anymore. So we have to stop that. And the other, well, the Bucor has improved. Let's say, in the past 12 years, the last 2 years have been good for Bucor, and we want these gains to be preserved, and we want to do better at what we should be doing, which is to provide a proper climate for corrections, so that these people can come out of Muntinlupa as better people, or maybe come out of jail as productive members of society. So the corrections factor is very important. But the criminal aspect and the temptations it offers should not be countenanced or tolerated within our correction system.
It's like this is your first time to visit the prison as Justice Secretary.
Yes, Bilibid itself is the first time, yes.
Yes, sir. What are the things that you noticed, and what are the plans and programs you have in mind for the new Bilibid prison?
Well, it's really because it's the nearness of Bilibid prison to Metro Manila and to the surrounding communities. Maybe it's about time that we sought other places to bring it to, so that probably the corrections factor can be better in a better environment. But this environment is not anymore appropriate, probably for the corrections to stay here. So we want to bring it out to farther areas.
It's like there was a little controversy before with the high value inmates. 8 of them passed away in the quarantine facility. What are you doing now in the department to sort of address that issue? Or
We're examining the report of the NBI in detail. We're looking at the story told by the documents, by the 8-inch thick set of documents that were turned over to us. And I told the Prosecutor General, let me study it first before you act on this matter. Because we believe that there's a lesson to be learned from all of these things that happen. And from the conduct of the police operations inside Bilibid to the conduct of the quarantine before, and to the lives that were lost or through natural causes or otherwise, we don't know. We're looking at we're looking at finding out what was really behind all of the things that happened.
Ngayon sa New Bilibid Prison, ito po ay historical na pagbisita. First ever Secretary of Justice na bumisita dito sa New Bilibid Prison. As soon as the Secretary of Justice walked in, he was greeted by Director General Bantag and 2 of his assistant secretaries. Kasama po ni Secretary of Justice si Yusek Deo Marco of the DOJ as well. And as soon as he walked in, brief ho siya ng Bureau of Corrections officers, especially by Director General Bantag, where he laid out his plans and programs for the Bureau of Corrections under this new leadership.
Tuwang-tuwa ako, sir, kasi mayroon na kaming kasama na magpatupad ng pagbabago dito sa Bureau. Hindi na lang tayo nag-iisip, kundi si sir ang magbibigay sa atin ng guidance. At asahan ninyo, sir, na kami ay susunod, sir, kung ano man ang instruction ninyo, sir.
After which, nandito ho tayo sa maximum security ng New Bilibid Prison where he is being guarded by the PNP and officers of the Bureau of Corrections.
May tinanong pala yan pag nabili natin sa parang-parang.
Umiikot lang po sila, tignan ho natin kung ano yung napapansin niya and kung ano po yung mga plano at programa gusto niyang ipatupad dito sa Bureau of Corrections. Kakatapos lang po namin mag-inspect sa loob ng New Bilibid Prison dito sa Bureau of Corrections. Nagpapasalamat po ang The Chat Room kay Justice Secretary Boying Remulla sa kanyang binigay na all-access pass sa PTV. Malaki ang papel na ginagampanan ng mga kalihim ng gabinete bilang tagapayo sa ating Pangulo sa iba't ibang gawain ng Estado. At bilang responsableng mamamayan, mahalagang magkaroon din tayo ng malawak na kaalaman tungkol sa ating pamahalaan at sa mga pangyayari sa ating bansa. Kaya naman, ugaliing tumutok dito lang sa The Chat Room. Ako po si Attorney